What's going on, guys? Week 3, day 1. So far, I've made $5,360 profit buying and reselling phones past 2 weeks. Today's a brand new day for week 3, and I managed to pick up this mail-in. This is where I have people mail phones into me from out of state without me having to do anything. I inspect the phone and then I cash them out via PayPal invoice. Now, the way the mail-in system works is I'll run Facebook paid ads announcing that I'm buying all types of phones, all models, any conditions, and everyone who's within the 50 states can view this ad while they're on Facebook or Instagram. And if they have a phone they want to sell, they'll contact me, letting me know, hey, I have this phone. I'll ask them some questions, shoot them an offer, and then I'll go ahead and get them to ship the phones over to me. I discussed that more in the course on how to successfully do that, how to get the customer to easily commit to sending to you with no hesitation, because what we're going to do is ensure that they have insurance and they're fully protected. That way, if anything happens, they're not, SOL. They're not out of luck. So we're going to be able to guarantee them, and this is how I do it every single time. So here, this lady just contacted us, letting us know that the phone just arrived. We picked it up from the P.O. box. This is normally how they pack it up, right? All right, so here we have this iPhone 14 Pro Max carrier locked, 512 gigabyte. I paid her $400 for it. Turn this thing on real quick. It's off. Turn it on. Paid $400 for it, and I'm gonna resell it for $550 because it's a 512 gigabytes, one of the highest ones, making myself $150 profit with this phone right here. You see how easy that is? I didn't have to drive down the street. I didn't have to meet someone halfway. I didn't have to, go to a gas station or some fast food restaurant to meet up with someone, inspect the phone, make sure everything was good, and then give them the cash and then drive back. Depending if there's traffic, there might be some traffic, which is an inconvenience. But hey, mail-ins is a great way to do it if you're disabled, or if you don't have a car, or if you simply just don't have the time and you're looking for a side hustle that you can easily manage without having to be there all the time. Well, this is it. This is what would help you get to that next level, doing the mail-in. Imagine that. Imagine how many people we can reach within the 50 state range, right? Not everyone is gonna have a buyer in that area, and not everyone's gonna be buying phones in all 50 states. You could be living in a small town. What about those people? There's no buyers they could meet up with, so they'd rather just sell their phone and ship it off. That's the reality of it. Remember, the way you make the most amount of money in this business is by you making yourself known. The more people know about you, the more people know they can sell their phone to you, the more money you're gonna make. That's why marketing is so important. So no one can make an excuse. I always tell people, if you say you're disabled, if you have no car, well, do the mail-in method. This is a great opportunity for everyone to start making money, and there's no excuse. This is literally for everyone. If you couldn't move a muscle, you were paralyzed from the neck down, I'm sure you could find a way to make an ad with someone who takes care of you, have the phones mailed to P.O. box, and arrange someone to pick them up, inspect them, and you create a team. It gives you something to do if you have nothing to do, right? You can start off with just as low as $200 getting involved with phone flipping. So you see it as an opportunity. It's not a quick get-rich scheme. It's a, hey, we're gonna work, we're gonna do what we gotta do on a regular basis, and we're gonna be, middle-class people. We're gonna just do this for an honest living. We're not gonna have to go to a job. We're not gonna have to be somewhere we despise being, but maybe coworkers that we don't get along with. But you know how coworkers are, especially in the restaurant industry. They're always talking smack. One minute you're here, oh, you're so cool and amazing. Then you walk away, you hit the corner, and they're talking about how lame you are and how they can't stand you, right? We don't want to be around people like that. So nowadays that we have the ability to work by ourselves and become our own bosses and take over this and creating our own business, we should take advantage of it. So I just made $150 off. I made $150 profit off this phone doing nothing. Having someone view my ad out of state, and then mailing the phone in, me inspecting it, and then me submitting the payment through PayPal, and then receiving the payment. So you see how easy it is. Anyone could do it. If you have any more questions regarding the phone flipping business, if you want to get into it, feel free to book a call with me. The link below, click the Set More link and click on my name to book a call with me, and that way I can answer any questions you have. And if you want to know more about the mail-ins, Remember, that's also part of my course. So hey, tap in with me. I offer a mentorship 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. So there's no reason for you guys to mess up. If you have me on your side, you have all these tools. It's all about you now applying what needs to be done. All right, so the next pickup is this iPhone XR, unlocked for any carrier, 128 gigabyte. I paid $80 for it. I'm gonna resell it for $170 to my wholesale buyer, making $90 profit. Quick and easy, low investment, still made a nice chunk of profit right here. See, no excuses, guys. Can't tell me you don't have a lot of money. Everyone has 90 bucks, or you could find 90 or 80 bucks, 100 bucks to get started, whatever the case may be. Hell, you could grab an Apple Watch, a Series 4 44 millimeter for what? 30, 40, 50 bucks? Reflip it for 100, 120. Easy money, guys. Don't let this not having too much money thing stop you from making more money. All right, so the third phone right here is this iPhone 13 Pro Max, 128 gigabyte, unlocked for any carrier, grade B. I paid $420 cash for it. It came from a Facebook paid ad lead. I'm gonna resell it to the buyers for $550, making myself $130 profit, flipping this phone. All right, guys, day 2. We just got done picking up this iPhone 15 Pro Max. It is carrier locked, not paid off. I'm getting open box price for it, so I paid $500 for it, and I'm gonna resell it to the buyers for $670, making $170 profit. And the reason why I'm getting open box price for it is because it still has the seal on it, it's never been used, and the phone is not activated, right? So I'm getting $670 for this phone, making $170 profit off of this flip. All right, guys, the way I just picked up this next phone, an iPhone 14 Pro Max, was by reaching out to one of my old customers. So I had a customer who last contacted me in 2020 when they sold me an iPhone 8 Plus, I believe. And then I reached out to them by hitting them up saying, hey, we're still in business, we still buy phones. If you happen to have anything, please reach out to us, and we'll be more than glad to give you quick cash on the spot. And by me sending them that message, I said, hey, I have this iPhone 14 Pro Max unlocked, 128 gigabyte. How much can you offer? I gave her a $600 offer. She accepted. I met up with her, inspected the phone, gave her the 600 bucks. Now I'm gonna flip it to my wholesale buyers for $750, making $150 profit, flipping this phone. Quick and easy. Just remember, sometimes we gotta touch base with a lot of those old customers that once hit us up. Even if it was 4 years ago, it doesn't matter. Reach out, reach out, reach out. All right, guys, we just got done picking up 2 identical twins, 2 iPhone 12s, unlocked for any carrier. I paid $150, and I'm gonna resell each one for $240, making $90 a pop each phone. So off these 2 little twins right here, I made a total of $108 profit, flipping these 2 little things right here. Easy money, easy money, easy money. It is day 3, 8 a.m. We're waking up early and putting the work in. This customer contacted me saying, hey, I want to sell this iPhone 12 to you, but I don't have a lot of time. Is it possible to meet up with you before I clock into work? I said, yeah, of course. Come to our location. I gave them the address to the 7-Eleven. They came on down. I inspected the phone, gave them $50. Now I'm going to resell this phone for $150, making $150 profit. Quick and easy. Guys, remember, you're your own boss. You set your hours. If you want to meet up before 8 a.m., you can do that. If you only want to meet up after 2, or if you only want to meet up after 6, and pick up phones from 6 to 10, or 6 to 9 p.m., hey, that's up to you. You control and dictate your hours when it comes to phone flipping. You could do it all day like me, or you could do it in parts. It's up to you. $100 profit right here, ladies and gentlemen. $100 easy money. Not killing myself. All right, guys, live from the gas station. Just got done meeting up with this customer. Like I always tell you, keep it at a public location. Areas like this are safe where there's cameras, where there's other people. And plus, when you're running Facebook paid ads, the likelihood of someone robbing you are very slim, since you have all the information from the Facebook message. You have access to their profile, and that keeps it safe. So I met up with him here. I paid $300 for this 14. I'm going to resell it for $420, making $120 profit, flipping this phone. Guys, The good thing about this business is that we're able to do it at any time of the day that we want. So if you want to flip in the morning or in the afternoon, well, you arrange the time and the place to meet up with the customer. Remember, I'm going to emphasize this. You control your time. All right, guys. Third pickup of the day is this iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 gigabyte. It is locked to T-Mobile. Remember that. You got to remember, when these finance phones come around, we will never pay top dollar for them because there are phones that run the risk of being blacklisted, and the obvious reason that you can't connect it to any carrier. So don't get it twisted between unlocked carrier phones and then carrier locked phones. Two different prices. Now this 15 Pro Max carrier locked to T-Mobile, I paid them $400 for it. I'm gonna resell it to my buyer for $600, making a total of $200 profit flipping this phone. All right, guys, here we have it, the last phone for the day. It's an iPhone 14. It is blacklisted, meaning whoever had this phone before, they removed the iCloud, they sold it to someone, and they most likely did an insurance claim. They called their provider saying, hey, I lost my phone, in order for their provider to submit them a new phone or give them a new phone through Assurion. If you guys know what Assurion is, pretty much a company that gives out replacement devices and many other things. So the case is, I paid $200 for this phone. I'm gonna resell it to the wholesale buyer for $370, making $170 profit off of this flip. Now this is why I tell you guys it's important to have a wholesale buyer, because there's a lot of things you can't resell on the street or eBay. One of the things that you can sell is iCloud lock and blacklisted phones. Those are huge no-nos. Those phones cannot be used in any way, shape, or form ever again unless they're for parts. And this is why having a wholesale buyer comes in handy, because you can buy these phones and sell it to them with no issues, no complications. You're not going to lose money. You're not going to be penalized. You're not going to be, negative losing money. You're going to be able to sell to a buyer who buys the stuff and keep the rotation going. So it's important that we have these buyers so we could pick up phones like this and not miss out on opportunities, because God forbid you don't have a wholesale buyer, you wouldn't have been able to pick up this phone. I wouldn't have been able to pick up this phone and make $170 today off this flip. So take that in mind. The importance of scaling your business, having the proper connections for you to grow. If you don't have the right connections, if you're not in the loop, then hey, you're gonna be a little guy forever. In order for us to scale up and move forward, we need connections. So I made $590 profit today buying and reselling phones.